And we are back. Sorry about that, guys. Man, it decided to take a nosedive harder than harder than the Cardinals did this past Monday night. That game was so bad Monday, I actually had to watch Monday Night Raw, which was even worse, if you can believe that, folks.
They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to
Colin Kaepernick's on the Bills. Okay.
They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
All right, I gotta hook up my AC because it is just too damn hot in my room. Not even paying attention to the game, and my defense gets a fumble recovery.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman.
Oh God, Jonathan Coachman. Oh God, no, not the coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. A busy final day of the regular season, so let's get to it.
Of course, I have Ashley and Rosie with me still. Joe left the building. Oh wow, the Giants, who are 5-11, are tied with Washington, 14-14. Meanwhile, in Detroit, Jimmy Garoppolo and the Lions are beating the Packers. And that's how you're supposed to beat Jacksonville, Indianapolis, you stupid real-life Colts. Granted, you got Kyle Murray on the team.
In our game is the veteran quarterback Joe Flacco, who's led the way. His guys are on the road to Blowout City. They lead it big. As we send you back out to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
Wow, the Eagle fans are still watching this game. You know, it's 52-0.
We resume action in this third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
By the way, I hope Dark Knight's having a good night since I don't hear him. Did he get kidnapped? Is he?
Any surprise in your mind he's out there to
Did?
start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
Because I don't hear Dark Knight. Rosie, did you? Are you going to end up on an episode of Law and Order? Because I don't hear Dark Knight.
Truly establish that is to give them a chance to work through some of the adjustments.
Dut, dut, dut.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all
I really hope that's not. I hope it's a new toy, not some kind of joke for his penis.
Change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because
Well, new toy could mean anything.
his defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all...
And now here's
Intercepted again by my defense. All right.
by Kareem Jackson. And they are going to...
Sorry, Miss Jackson, but he is for real.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Touchdown!
And another touchdown by my Dallas Cowboys.
Now for Joe Flacco. And the Cowboys turn that interception into a touchdown. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Those are the kind of
Hopefully when we do the divisional rounds of the playoffs later this weekend, hopefully I won't have this issue where I have to do a two-parter.
into the end zone for 6.
And I don't know who Dallas will face in the divisional round in my fantasy since them and Baltimore both have the bye. Well, Baltimore should have the bye depending if they don't lose today and Bills win, but...
Offense set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive or no? You
Wow, that play was bad, Philadelphia. That you should have not even done that.
Back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being
Dave says boo. Hey Dave, tomorrow night we're doing our Thursday night we're doing the picks, so
Running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be
be ready Thursday night.
ball as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
So partner, that play broke huge
And I've been waiting. I know, Dave. Well, remember we had to.
after the catch.
I had to sit through an update and then had to restart the PS4 like day one.
No, not ultimately, because he didn't do what? He didn't secure the football. And if he had done that, that play would have been spectacular. Instead, he turns it over.
Yeah, a big play, all for naught.
And remember, this drive started off
10 again. Yeah, probably the same time we've been trying to do it, 10-ish.
working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
They'll try to pound it in with
And Picard gets his touchdown.
into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. And boy, that was a
Still can't believe this will be the first game I don't get over 100 points.
you knew what they were going to do.
A team finally stopped me. It only took till week 18, and I put in Joe Falco and I put in Le'Veon Bell.
The big guy in the backfield.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
So Thursday night, guys, it'll probably be the picks, and then we'll probably get back to Ghost of Tsushima, hopefully.
It's a squibber picked up around the and he loses the football a second time, and the Cowboys have recovered.
Recovery there by
Ball in good
Jackson.
position, but now with that fumble, they don't have the football at all.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to imagine what he was thinking there, though, right? I can take this one, break it, go for a big one right here. But you and I both know, always protect the football is the #1 mantra for a kick returner.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And Gold.
And incomplete on
Oh, come on, Golden Tate. Well, I will be there. All right.
completion on first down.
What Dark Knight say?
Reading out of the gun, Flacco. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Ah.
Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the
Well, you could always go for laser surgery.
quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will
Ah, okay. So that means now you can't stand far away naked. He had to be up close to him to see so he can see your boobs. Got it.
Tucker now to kick it away
Like I said, these streams are not for children.
for a touchback. The Eagles
Because you didn't say the password, which is pineapple.
and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no.
/ Blizzard is now owned by Microsoft, so it'll be interesting to see if the next Crash Bandicoot and
Company heading back.
Spyro game will be on
He's been a good game manager
the
quarter, but really
Xbox only.
is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes some pressure off of the
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation.
Time to get Golden Tate his touchdown. There we go.
Cowboy touchdown. Golden Tate, his 25th touchdown. Tying him
I think everybody on the receiving corps has gotten a touchdown now, at least, so that's a positive. I give that about a 3 out of 10. I know, Wilford's the only one who doesn't have a touch. None of my receivers or tight ends, though, have over 100 receiving yards today. That's a first.
and that will extend this big lead.
Talking about practice, though, man. Practice.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Don't make the joke you want to make because you heard what Dark Knight said. Don't make the joke you want to make because what Dark Knight said.
this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points.
I can learn, guys. I let that thought go. I didn't make the dirty joke I wanted to.
Throw to his running back. It's complete. And they get to him after a gain
And
of
I'm sure
6 to
Rosie's
bring
like,
up
"What was the
6.
joke, right?"
4 yards remain for second down.
I heard Dark Knight say you can play with yourself, and I was only thinking of, and I had
Throws
thoughts.
Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. These guys have
Hey, I can admit I have a dirty mind. That's the thing.
barring a conversion here on third down. Here's Fields. Escape now. The ball comes loose.
Well, I start Fields, and he fumbled the ball as usual.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defense is talking about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That could be a little bit deflating. Exactly.
Ugh, that was terrible.
That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Here's Fuller with a catch.
That's a catch.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy...
The future's so bright, I gotta wear those shades.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Able to power through. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We'll probably put Adrian Peterson in the fourth quarter so AP can get some game time.
It's Bell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. On 1st down, Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Bell's almost got 200 rushing yards for the game. Dear Lord.
Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1.
It's the game.
Try to run it in with Bell. And he'll take it into the end zone.
It's all about the game and how you play it.
Le'Veon Bell.
He's gonna get his golden shovel.
A yard away. And the Cowboys go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Tucker with the action.
87-0. Well, it might hit 100 points. Just depends how the rest of this game goes. Well, I just have comments repeating again.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll
That's what she said. Da, 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 da.
zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher
We're
gets
on the
hit,
midnight train going anywhere.
punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And like I said, don't forget my buddy Falco is streaming right now on Twitch. So if you have a Twitch account,
But the key thing,
go watch him either play Ghost of Tsushima or he's probably doing some jamming.
Remember watching teams play, the ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference.
Ah,
And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
these guys have punted 4 times.
hey, we don't talk like Enzo Amore here.
Out of the gun, Fields. He's letting it fly for Cooks.
Which, by the way, I can't tell what's worse: hearing Enzo Amore's rap song, or listening to Jim Cornette sing about his love of cheeseburgers.
They are not going to allow.
Both are equally bad.
You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to
switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Joe Flacco and the offense heading back out onto the field. And nobody in the stadium feels better than he does right now. Just a slew of touchdown passes. He's been spectacular.
And you and I both know this is
I hear a phone ringing.
one of the best team games that's out there. But right now, I've forgotten what the scoreboard even says. Just watching what he's doing,
Been fun.
that's been mesmerizing and a whole lot of fun to watch.
He's hoping to keep it going here in the 3rd quarter. Flacco fakes the give. Sets to throw. Out to his left.
And Falco's got to run for it because no one was open.
Nice gain with a slide at the end. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play action. Flacco.
Ah, too high, too high.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, and open week coming up after this. So, I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking.
Why would I need to be worried about Philadelphia? They have like one of the worst records in the damn league.
Make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Passing play. Flacco.
And there we go. Everyone's got a touchdown pass. Ashley has left. Ashley's left the building. That just means it's me, Rosie, and a dark night. Somewhere right there, there's a comic book or bad porno starring the Jetsons and Batman.
So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
But like I said, guys, in part 1, I do have, I almost got Life is Strange 2 Colors Platinum on PS5. I'm just got to do Chapter 5, and that's it.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a the contact.
It's one thing I'm going to have to be careful about when I do the playoff games. I have to watch out for quarterbacks that run the ball. That is one of my weaknesses.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
What's in the box?
Throw
A
again.
cookie.
Fields. Being chased. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Cowboys have recovered.
Justin Fields got bitch slapped there.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them.
And AP gets the first down.
And that's why they're still being shut out. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson.
Ooh, AP got hit from behind.
4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think
That,
this
look,
offensive line has got some smiles on
that looks like a clothesline from hell.
It's crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down.
What are you playing, Among Us or something else?
They want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Take this one inside the 10.
Which technically is now owned by Xbox.
2nd and 7. Handoff comes to Peterson. And he'll be brought down right
So let that sink in there. Next Call of Duty, when you load it into a PlayStation, you might see a Microsoft logo load up.
diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their
Yeah, a lot of people kind of... I feel like Microsoft is, since Microsoft doesn't have a lot of big name console exclusives. I mean, they got some, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know too many people who play Halo. I know a lot of people who play Killer Instinct, but Microsoft has kind of let that die. Um, but I feel like they're buying all these companies so they could have either console exclusives or at least it's only on their system first and then it gets ported. Kind of like how the Blair Witch game was. Which it would be interesting. Which will be interesting to see what happens with Wolfenstein, Evil Within 3, Crash Bandicoot, and Spyro, what they would do with those franchises, if anything. And we only got about 5 minutes left till we beat the Eagles and be undefeated. Ooh, I'm surprised I didn't get flagged there for running into him when he was sliding. And Washington is losing to the Giants, so the Giants are at least trying to end on a high note. With Jared Goff as their quarterback. Access denied. A 1,000 people, good lord, that sounds like too much of a pain in the ass for an orgy.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he gets this up to the 24-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. They'll try and wind down some clock with Peterson. And not much to speak of.
1 rushing yard there, that kind of sucked. And AP gets another first down. Well, AB's not going to get 1,000 rushing yards, but at least he'll get 900. It's because they want to know how old you are. Oh, Le'Veon Bell got put back in.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys
AP's back in. Turn off the lights, the party's over. Okay, you just reminded me of something, Rosie. Thank you. I was watching a video yesterday from West Side Live. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Apparently there was a women selling their farts in a jar. So last year the big thing was, thanks to Bella Daphne, whatever her name was, female models on TikTok and Instagram selling their bath water. Now it's, oh, now we're going to sell our farts in a jar. And I shit you not, I thought it was a joke, but no, one woman was actually selling her farts in a jar for $1,000. So all I gotta say is, first thing first, I hate nobody who makes money. If you can find a way to make money, go for it. But I find it disturbing that men are spending $1,000 to buy a jar of a woman's farts. That is disturbing. Be careful if you open that. Be careful. Be careful when you open that. Be careful when you open that closet door. R. Kelly might be in there. Yeah, I know. I went with an old reference. Intercepted again. And AB pretty much got us to where we need to be in the red zone.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
And the big ass, fat ass lineman got it.
And the blowout continues.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up.
21 seconds left to the Eagles lose, and then we can go straight into the postseason.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
Okay, you cut off there. Did you say blanket or vagina?
Not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want to
Baby, it's cold out.
they need to do that and do it really well.
That's because she farted.
There could be repercussions.
See how they handle the waning moments of this one. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I'm glad you said back, because I was not thinking that's what you were going to say.
Looking to throw
I thought you were going to say ass.
for his running back, and he's got it complete. And he's going to have an Eagles 1st down.
And that's going to do it. The Dallas Cowboys go undefeated in my fantasy franchise. Eagles lose to end the season.
Cowboys, and I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Hey, at least we actually showed up and played, unlike the Steelers, unlike the Patriots, unlike the Cardinals, and unlike the Patriots, Steelers, Eagles, and Cardinals. At least Dallas showed up. We didn't get blown out.
A little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
Trust me, I mentioned that. I'm going to mention that tomorrow in my picks. Thankfully, my Super Bowl prediction is still true. Yeah, Buccaneers destroyed the Eagles. It was like 30-something to nothing at the halftime. That game was over at halftime. Eagles got blown out that's why I was just saying only 2 games this past weekend were like close. Raiders, Bengals, Niners, Dallas. The rest were over. I had Tampa Bay. I had Tampa Bay winning. There was no way I had the trust in the Eagles to win that shit. Granted, they could lose to the Rams this week, but I'll discuss that tomorrow. But let's see who made the playoffs in my thing. In the NFC, the Cowboys are the 1 seed. Your wild card games are the Lions at home against the Seahawks, the Niners at home against Washington, and the last wild card game for the NFC is the Saints at the Chicago Bears. In the AFC, the Ravens are the 1 seed. Your wild card games are Buffalo at Denver, Chargers at Titans, and the Colts at Miami. So now it's a little bit of an interesting wild card playoff thing. Green Bay looks like they lost to Detroit, so that cost them. Who are the best players of this past week? Joe Falco for the Cowboys and Dulap II for the defense for the Dallas. And your AFC players of the week was Tom Brady for the Chargers and P. Queen for the Chiefs. But we're going to simulate the wild card so we see who we have, who I face in the divisional round later this week. So let's see. Dallas ends up playing Seattle. Wow, I got to play against Aaron Rodgers. The Seahawks beat Detroit. Holy shit. Looking at the wildcard games. Seattle. Jesus Christ. Seattle beat Detroit 42-24. The Niners barely got by Washington 28-21, and the Bears beat the Saints 28-7. So on the NFC side, it would be the Cowboys at home against the Seahawks, who's the 7th seed. And then the other one would be the 3rd seed 49ers at home against the 5th seed Chicago Bears. In the AFC, the Denver Broncos beat the Bills. So the Denver Broncos, who are the 7th seed, move on to face Baltimore. And the other AFC wildcard matchup we'll get to talk about, the Miami Dolphins, who beat the Colts, will be the home team as they take on the Titans, who beat Tom Brady and the Chargers. Wow. So let's just take a look to see who Seattle has on their team so I know who I'll be going against and taking a look at their stats a little bit more better. Seattle is the wildcard team. The best player is Aaron Rodgers. Offensively, they're ranked number 2 overall, and defensively, they're ranked 12th. All right. Let's see who they have on their roster, besides Mr. Golden Boy himself. Let's see, the running game is Josh Jacobs. That's not too bad. The receiving core is Adam Teenahy, Devin Funchess, and N'Keem Harry. Not exactly the greatest lineup for wide receivers. And tight end, they have Jake Dole and Tommy Tembler. Alright, so they have one veteran tight end and a rookie. And a young tight end, so it's going to be interesting to see how they do. But how the fuck did the Broncos knock out the Bills? Who the fuck is on the Broncos team? Because holy shit. Lamar Jackson. Okay, that makes sense now. But don't forget, tomorrow night will be Thursday night will be the divisional picks, and then Ghost Tsushima. Friday we'll probably get back to Madden and do the divisional matchup against the Seahawks, and then we'll be taking the rest of the weekend off. Next week we'll be back, and we'll probably do the NFC Conference Championship game then. Until then, everyone have a good night. I will see you tomorrow for the picks and Ghost of Tsushima. And don't forget, pretty soon we're going to be starting Alan Wake. So Alan Wake will be starting sometime in February, most likely. Till then, have a good night, and I'll see you all next time.